In the sideshow world, there's an act known as the man-eating chicken, where you pay an extra $1 to go see the man-eating chicken. If I was ever to see a chicken that would eat man, that chicken is huge! And here in Branson, there are a lot of huge things, some even world's largest. We figured if we're gonna start a video showing you some of the world's largest, we should start with the giant chicken! Holy moly, that's a big donut! Some people call me an Italian meatball, but that right there is the biggest meatball I've ever seen. With the forks there, they have it with some spaghetti. Now, our friend, Boogie, he loves him some spaghetti and meatball, so I want to give a shout out to Jess and Boogie. Look at the size of that spaghetti and meatball! Look at the size, that thing is huge! We got some marinara coming off the spaghetti, wrapped around the fork like a good Italian would. We got the big tomato, the pepper. And you know what makes this meatball here at Biscetti's so amazing? You get to walk through the meatball. We get to go inside the world's largest meatball. Hey, how you doing? Joy, is this your first time ever hanging outside a big meatball? And we're from New York City, and we never been in a meatball this big. We had to go to Branson, Missouri, to see a meatball this big. You're slacking, New York. You're slacking. I've come to watch the flowers grow. Carport flowers. Ooh, I hope this building's structurally sound enough for us to go inside. That is a big metal robot made out of random car parts and scrap metal. He is huge. Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
Joy Nightingale.
And today we've landed right here in Branson, Missouri. And would you believe me if I told you that besides the giant chicken, the giant donut, and the giant meatball, there are two world's largest in the building behind me? Well, you don't have to believe me without seeing it, because we're about to show it to you. Because behind us is Ripley's, believe it or not, here in Branson, Missouri. We love going to all the Ripleys whenever we're traveling, trying to slowly go to them all. This one's another one. We're going to bring you along with it. Hope you like this kind of thing. If you do, you should like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. But it's time to do this. Step right up. Let's go for this ride. Beautiful statue of Robert Wadlow standing outside the building. The tallest man to ever live. That's the best thing about Ripley's. They put all these exhibits outside, like scrap metal giraffe or an elephant made out of oil drums. Maybe you were like, wow, that can't be a Honda covered in dimes. And it is. It's a Honda Civic covered in 25,172 dimes and a few Lincoln pennies by Fabio Rodriguez, who spent 298 hours. And you'd see this from the road and be like, oh man, all these attractions. A woolly mammoth made out of tires? Or a gorilla head made out of tires? Recycled tires? This is crazy. And you'll be like, I have to stop. I have to stop and see Ripley's. The building's zany. That's the point. You have to stop. You should stop. You gotta go inside this attraction. It's crazy. It's amazing. A mammoth made out of recycled tires, made in Thailand. Isn't it amazing how they use the shredded tires to look like the fur, the texture of this mammoth? Another piece of art made in Thailand. Scrap metal, incredible Hulk. Hulk no smash, Hulk recycle. Please do not climb on the exhibits. Yeah, because you don't know. Look at that bench. It's only held up by one leg. The climbing in the building continues to the theming of the displays. Like here we have a children's snow sled, but look how the window is actually cracked to the building. And believe it or not, this sled was actually carved from a single piece of wood. We've been going to Ripley's all around the country. We've been to a chunk of them.
Yeah.
Some we went to before we started filming. I think we still have to only film after this one. 5 left in the United States of America, which is bonkers to me. That we've chipped away slowly and went to almost all the Ripleys. I love them. And what I love is you might say they have the same stuff. They definitely do not.
They do
the
not.
collections for them are so different. This one is filled with 8 galleries, filled with different collections. And like behind me, it's an exhibit I haven't seen at any of the others. That's why I come to have.
Or even in front of, like, I've not seen anything like this.
What were you admiring here, Joy?
Well, that Ripley Jim Beam tray is actually really cute.
The 1970s saw an unlikely cross promotion.
But also, like, that they had the napkins and stuff like that.
I was looking at these, believe it or not, handkerchiefs.
Oh, the handkerchiefs are so pretty.
Collectible items Ripley has released over the last century. And then we actually have Robert Ripley's Bible here.
And you are wondering what happened to me. You want clowns, don't you? Well, my head wasn't always this small, but I've always been this good looking.
We have some instruments made out of some unusual items, like a brass violin, a propane drum tank. I've never even heard of this. A Fano fiddle. Joy, you could play the violin. Can you play a Fano fiddle? Everyone always cracks a joke about when someone complains they play the world's smallest violin.
Yes, make this story.
They got that here, the miniature violin. I didn't know this. We saw one of the world's largest chickens at that chicken restaurant, but here we actually have a chicken made out of stamps, a rooster stamp painting. Every Ripley's we go to might have some sort of matchstick art, but they're always different. Here we actually have a matchstick household altar, and then next to that, popsicle stick lamps. You see, I was always good at the first part of mixing popsicle stick table lamps, which is eating all the popsicles. Never good at the gluing part.
The fretwork windmill. Basically, the fretwork, it's wood whittling, is an age-old art used to make variety of artistic creations, demonstrating the creator's skill in carving wood using a knife. This windmill with detailed fretwork was hand-carved in the 1930s by a homeless person in exchange for food.
Who would think coming in would see Babe Ruth's wallet next to a statue of Babe Ruth made of used chewing gum? One of my odd favorite collections to see is Impossible bottles. And this Impossible bottle has Willie Mays stuck in the bottle. Now, the bottle wasn't cut, glued, broken, and this figure is definitely way bigger than that opening to that mouth, but Willie Mays is fully articulated model toy inside that bottle. Joy, everything we see, nothing seems too extreme for you, right? Nothing's shocking yet. I can fix that. We got a shocking machine. No, it might not be shocking to look at, but if you used it, you'd be shocked. There are some classics that I always hope we see at every Ripley's, believe it or not, and we have our vampire killing kit. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Most dogs you have to clean the floor and sweep all the fur. You can use a mop dog just to clean the floors. We've entered the room of illusions. Ooh. We got a lot of optical illusions, snake sightings. Can you see the snakes? They're coiled. Do you see the little tongues sticking out? Joy is trying to save the human ostrich. You got it out, but then it clicked. But you saved him. You got one of the keys.
You just have to grab it on the right.
Do it, Joy. Grab it on the right. In the early 90s, going to the mall with my father, they had these 3D stereograms. You stare and let it blur and you see an image. And my dad would go up and go, I see this, I see that, I see this, I see that. And I never saw a thing. To this day, I still don't know if he was lying to me or can he see it. Because I never could see one of these ever. Do you see a skull or do you see little girls playing? Or do you see both? I'm gonna grab the gem. You see it in there. They got me pressed there. But now I know about it. Now I'm gonna grab the gem. Wait, I still can't grab the gem. Now it's eating my arm. What animal has its head on its foot and its teeth on its tongue? I'm gonna say like an oyster. A snail. Can you roll your tongue or stick your eyes out?
When we put your face to the ultimate challenge. Face challenge 1. Can you roll your tongue?
You see this amazing image of Elvis Presley? Well, when we get closer and closer and closer, we can see he's made just the barcodes. As we make our way around the turn, Robert Ripley in Nirvana. Did you ever know Robert Ripley was in Nirvana? It must have been before Dave Grohl. Oh wait, no. It was just the name of his 10-room apartment in Manhattan. We have Lauryn Hill made out of cassette tapes. And Vincent Van Gogh made out of butterflies. No butterflies were harmed though in making this. The wings naturally, they fell off. All right, they found dead butterflies. What about a butterfly made out of airsoft BBs? When you get up close, you actually see all the little BBs to create that pointillistic type butterfly. This exhibit really rocks petrified wood, but I thought I was done seeing tire animals, and I'm glad I'm not. We have a scrap tire lion with more scrap metal animals behind it. A big giraffe. The King of Narnia tire sculpture, Joy. You really got to go to all the Ripleys. And I say you don't know what you're gonna see. Look at this giant T-Rex. Look at it in perspective to Joy. I have to back up farther and farther and farther. That T-Rex, you might think, oh, that's just aluminum foil. No, this was made by Tyler Kozar, who won 1 million Pop-Tarts. And these are all the packaging, the little silver packaging. And he just used this and 6 cans of spray glue to create this dinosaur.
What's so cool is that his winnings at the Pop-Tart made 15 pieces of art.
Not just this one. And we are in Branson, so we might as well show a piece that came right from the road we're standing on. Lloyd Presley, founding father of Presley's Jubilee, played this extremely rare old bull fiddle. Lloyd played the fiddle from 1967 to 1992, making this the most played fiddle on the West Highway 76 in Branson. Outside, we said we were going to show you the world's largest. Well, we have the world's largest roll of toilet paper. Created by the Charmin, the actual company, as a promotional stunt, we have the world's largest roll of toilet paper. Look at that bear hugging it. He makes it look so soft and cuddly. This is one a bear couldn't even reach his arm around.
I love how they put like the regular size down
Yeah,
there.
regular size. And mind you, that's not even a regular roll. That's 6 equals 12.
The height.
So those are double rolls. And I love even branded to the Ripleys. And Charmin also had a competition to see if people could make paper wedding dresses. So we actually have some toilet paper wedding dresses. I told you we see stuff huge. That is the world's largest roll of toilet paper. Soft and squishy. That'll last me like a week. Yeah, it's common. You might have a Ghana fantasy themed coffin at home, but do you have 3 of them? Do you have a corn? Do you have a turkey? Do you have a crab?
All fantasy coffins. These creations are funeral.
I want to be buried in a crab when I die.
First marketed by Cut.
See that crooked mirror? Most Ripleys have like a vortex tunnel. Very few have their own mystery spot where we can watch things roll uphill. Joy's getting out a ball. She's putting it on the table. Gently nudging it. Watch the ball slowly rolls uphill. going uphill. That's crazy.
But to that one. I tried to get it to go to that one.
Well, it can't, because that's uphill. It has to go to the highest possible point. That's the way gravity works, right? I love it. It says gently nudge. Joy doesn't read directions.
I will get you in another hole.
And now you have it stuck, Joy, because you didn't follow directions. Look at this. Look at this ball. Turn. Boop. 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 Gently nudge. Nudge. What about bocce balls? Can you see bocce balls roll uphill? There it goes. You see the bocce ball is going all the way uphill. It's picking up some speed going up. How is it possible? It's a mystery. Joy's reading about a shark's banquet, meaning this was all found inside one shark's belly.
Nicknamed the man-eater, so this was a great white shark. It had the 50-pound anchor, 2 horseshoes, a coal shovel, a mule's hind leg, a vanity case, a 10-pound anchor, because the 50 wasn't good enough, 10 pounds of nuts and bolts, 2 soap boxes, a wristwatch, a nutcracker, a pint of brass buttons, a cartridge belt, and 2 bathing suits.
Where's the partridge in a pear tree? We had to get an aerial view of this toilet paper. You could see where it could attach to the roll. And for all you nuts out there, toilet paper comes from the top to the front, not the top to the bottom, on the reel. It's a dance party! And this is why I love going to Ripley's. Just went from dance party to like a jungle scene. With stuff like Tibetan human bone rosaries, skull balls, Tibetan ram skulls. It looks like each case is done by a different culture. Ooh, snake vertebrae necklace. This mannequin head is wearing a New Guinea nose bone decoration. The nose bone decoration you see here was made from a cassowary bird bone. The most elaborate the decoration. The fiercer the wearer would seem, striking fear into his enemy, scaring evil spirits away. And we actually have a genuine ancestor head from New Guinea. Before European expansion in New Guinea, wooden ancestor figurines, statues of revered people with the human head were displayed by strapping them to the front of clan houses, believed to possess the virtues of the deceased. We saw the vampire killing kit. That is one of the trifecta of things you gotta see in all Ripley's. Here is the next one. A genuine shrunken head. This one had some very long hair. We have a figure here holding up a shrunken head, sort of like demonstrating how they would be making them near the fire. And it's sitting right next to a hate god. See all the nails puncturing him? And if you want to feel like you belong in the jungle, you could always come, put some money in here, and partake in the Bug Bistro. You want to eat some crickets, some larvae, maybe some ant candy? You could actually try it all right here at Ripley's, believe it or not. A Yoruba African bearded clown. It's a little calming. We've been looking at so many human remains. It's nice to see a cool clown made up of birds and beadwork. It's calming down after all those human remains. All right, let's see what's in the next case now. Of course, Peruvian mochi skull. More human remains. Out of all the rivers, I've never seen one of these skulls though. It's interesting seeing the skull, but you can see the back scalp wasn't removed and the hair is still attached. Joe, you gonna walk right in front of these people taking a photo? Oh, you messed up their photo. And we can see. Oh, ooh. She has the shirt, the Vampire Killing Kit shirt. Dude, I'm glad you finally upped from that little point and shoot to your cell phone. Macerated money pterodactyl. This pterodactyl was made from over $500,000 worth of worn out bills, macerated into small strips. The U.S. government discards over 30 million. Pterodactyl, did you know pterodactyl started with a P? I did, Joy did, but you know who didn't?
Pterodactyl.
Cole Cabana didn't. Boom, boom. All right. Oh, Joy, look, we could go look at this Jesus. Oh, the floor almost fell out.
The whole thing was gonna drop.
Huh?
I thought the whole thing was gonna like kind of
Drop?
come down and not just the floor.
Joy, you were protected by Toast Jesus. This Jesus was made out of toast. You see how amazed Joy is? She likes horses, and she likes the horseshoe horse.
Oh no, this is cool.
But this stagecoach, you might see it, because it's painted, it throws it off. This is a toothpick stagecoach. Most of the toothpick structures we see aren't painted, so you can see where they're all glued. If we see on the side of the seat, as we zoom in, you could make out all the rows of toothpicks that made up the stagecoach.
1.5 million toothpicks. 15 years.
This guy must be the worst when you go to your restaurant and he just takes all your toothpicks. And we have a shooting gallery. Ripley's incorporates a lot of their oddities into the shooting galleries. But if you wanted to actually learn, they have lists of everything that you were looking at. So you see things are labeled. It's like you might be like, well, what's 11? And then I could say, oh, well, that's a New Guinea wicker pig totem. Or, what's 10? A two-headed calf. But then I could also shoot the things too. And on the top shelf, one of my favorite, carved arrows through bottles. Say hello to my little friend. Straight. What about this record player?
Or the Morse code telegraph machine.
We hit the telegraph machine. Let's go for this dragon.
That is Prometheus, the car fender dragon.
Ooh. Let's go for that Route 66 sign.
That was the glass. Impossible bottle. Haitian voodoo drum.
We're making our way into the military area. As you can see from the M2 machine gun. It's interesting, this is for the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And the day we are here is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Date of recording is December 7th. Another matchstick item. Matchstick aircraft carrier. We have a cast paper sculpture called Not on My Watch by Alan Eckerman, and it's a self-portrait of him in the Vietnam War. Look how cool. We're looking down into the lobby. When we walked in, I didn't realize there was a giant metal dragon above us. Me and Joe go to a lot of museums, a lot about military, but of all museums we've ever went to, I've never seen this machine, a graphotype. Take a look at it. Comment down below, what do you think this machine was used for? I'm gonna ruin it for you. Just get ready. In 3, 2, 1. This machine was used to make dog tags in World War II. During World War I, a lot of the soldiers fought in trenches, and when there was downtime, they created trench art. We have a case here of a lot of World War I trench art. That's an interesting one. That's a lighter right there. You see the little wheel, flint wheel? And a room with butterfly collections? Why not? Butterflies in the sky. I don't usually film in bathrooms, but when I do, it's usually because there's a cool collection in a Ripley's Believe It or Not bathroom. This men's room has an antique pipe collection. Things you don't expect to find in men's rooms. I'm scuba diving. Scuba Joe.
It sounds so funny out here.
Woo! This thing has to weigh a good 50 pounds. Look at a young Eric Sprague. Now he's him. We have all the classics like Avelino Perez Matos, the Cuban Eye Popper, Wang the Human Unicorn. You don't need to tattoo yourself to be blue. Look at Qing Fu of Shenxi, China. Was born for a rare medical condition that had his skin blue. Bobby Blackburn, the crocodile tooth man. Thomas Wetters, the longest nose in history. And the Lighthouse Man. You like, they dress Robert Wadlow in plaids, like country, because we're in the Ozark Mountains here in Branson. World's tallest Boy Scout. You know we're gonna get a crushed penny from Robert Ripley, even though this Ripley, his jaw's not doing a good job at sales pitching yet. He's a little creepy. But they have one of this building, so we just gotta get it. Crushed it.
This is a crazy fact. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. is an optical illusion.
Well, it exists, but
It's
Joseph.
an optical illusion, and basis form of looking at it, you would think that the columns and the walls are totally straight, but they actually lean a little bit inward to prevent it from seeming to bulge at the top.
Interesting. So forced perspective to make it look straight.
It's crazy.
The next gallery we come to, you see this giant pin, and that's because it's all about a man named Willard Wiggins who does micro sculptures. He sits down and carves these tiny, tiny statues that can fit on tops of pins. We actually have a magnifying glass to see them. You can actually see how tiny the tools are that he uses to carve them. What I find amazing though is that what a better spot to put a vending machine with all the world's smallest Uno, Stretch Armstrong, Rock'em Sock'ems, Light Brights. Oh, you see how I was doing those funny faces? We could have laughed at people through a one-sided mirror, except there's no one else here to laugh at. Recycled parts, minion, and a Chinese camel bone carving, because this isn't what I came to this Ripley see. I mean, I love seeing all this stuff, but behind me is what I came to see. I've talked about the world's largest. We saw the world's largest roll of toilet paper. Whenever people hear you saying you're going on road trips, you're going to see roadside attractions, weird kitschy things, they always say, well, you're going to see the world's largest bowl of twine. Well, today it happened. Behind me is the world's largest bowl of twine. See, there we have the proclamation, world's largest bowl of well, they say string. World's largest bowl of string, measuring over 42 feet in circumference and weighing in excess of 6 tons. The giant bowl, made from 29 different types of nylon binder, was strung together by J.C. Payne of Whaleyville, Texas, using an ingenious pulley system. In just 4 short years, Mr. Payne was inspired to create this gigantic monument after learning about 2 similar large bowls in Quaker City, Kansas, and Darwin, Minnesota. Once he had established the new world record, he quit collecting string and started making a giant ball of barbed wire. Believe it or not. There was always controversy. Some people said one of the largest balls was made by more than one people. Another one was like, well, mine's the biggest because of the weight. Another guy's like, mine's the biggest for the circumference. But here is the world's largest ball of string. I'm smiling so happy, like this isn't... It's funny the things that make me happy. Because... there it is! We have a wishbone collection. Believe it or not, Miss Martha Bellew of Massachusetts collecting wishbones since 1929. Last time anyone counted, she had 493 chickens, 201 turkeys, 43 ducks, 37 pheasants, and 4 partridges. Grimshore tortoise shells. Fun, we'll find behind the next thing? Ooh, painted butterflies. Oh, yep, here we go. This is what it's about. The rodent card party. Since around 1930, created for the amusement of small English children. This tableau was acquired by Ripley from a noted English toy collection.
They're laughing. I don't like it.
They're laughing. They also have a black light and faces of all the usual suspects. You could say this is psychedelic, trippy, man. Are you going through the vortex tunnel or are you going to the coward's bypass?
I'm gonna be a coward tonight.
That's fine. Joy wasn't feeling great when she woke up. I'll suffer the vortex tunnel for you. Oh boy. Make sure you hold on to the handrails. Woo! We both survived. And now, like any good attraction, we exit through the gift shop. I got a pencil for you. For geniuses only. You're a genius for getting good merch here. I love string heads. I love tiki mugs. I love Ripley's. Oh.
What color are you going for? Green, of course.
Green. Tape ball, built by Children at Community Center in Louisville, Kentucky. This ball of tape currently weighs in at...
Yeah,
not anymore.
There's a bunch of, look, blues.
We have a good blue section here.
Blues and yellows right there.
I'm sorry later, dude. I'm working hard to do good handwriting. You know how hard that is for me.
Woohoo!
Today is the 7th.
Yes. Awesome.
Awesome. Joy's going for pink. She's going right under me, or she's gonna take over the other side and we'll take over the ball together.
So every time we move this thing, we actually have to drive our forklift through the doors, come in here, pick the thing up, spin it, do whatever we gotta do, set it back down, so.
What's gonna happen the one day you come in and it did break through the floor? So you go all quiet and boom. Awesome. Joy is all signed. So there you have it. Branson's Ripley, believe it or not. I told you we see some of the world's largest ball of string, and the world's largest roll of toilet paper. Worth the drive, 23 hours to Branson to see those. So worth it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think we could call it.
I think so.
Ripley's, believe it or not. Been there, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels.
Good. Eat.
And live life. I wanted chopsticks. Ah woo! Car parts of werewolves. Ah woo! You stayed to the end of the video. Well, we got some extra credit for you. Ripley's, believe it or not, is over there, but we actually have the mobile military marvels by Ripley's, believe it or not, right next door. We have a recycled metal eagle, and then we actually have a bunch of vehicles from the military. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna see by Ripley's. I wasn't expecting to see a whole mobile military marvels exhibit. Did you know the title of Honorary Marine can only be bestowed by the Commandant of the Marine Corps? Fewer than 100 Honorary Marines exist, including Chuck Norris, Bob Hopes, Jim Nabors, Gary Sinise, and ready for the last one? Bugs Bunny. It's a deuce and a half. Well, you see the truck is actually pulling just half of one of those beds behind it. I like the name of this one, the Dragon Wagon. The M25 was a heavy tank transporter. And this was used in the latter parts of World War II. You're at the Gamma Goat.
Go.
M561 Gamma Goat. Would you say this is the greatest of all time military vehicle?
Well, obviously they said that.
It is named Goat.
Goes for its mountain goat-like off-road ability.
Ooh, so this thing could do mountain off-road abilities. Definitely a little cool added exhibit here at the Branson. See the water tower? Shows we're in Branson. Ripley's, believe it or not.